One of my biggest complaints about The Last of Us Part 2 was it was a game that came to us unfinished. Not from the standpoint of the story, but after you beat the story, obviously you want to have more ways to connect with the franchise or just connect with the game as a whole. And obviously with The Last of Us Part 1, we had factions, which was multiplayer, and now we are waiting for factions to return here in The Last of Us Part 2. What I wanted to talk about, though, guys, is what could a really ambitious project by Naughty Dog be for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer? So let's talk about it. The Last of Us Online. This is a take, guys, similar to, and we've talked about it in the past on the YouTube channel. You guys can check out those videos, but we talked about how The Last of Us Online could be similar to Red Dead Online or GTA Online. Rockstar has done an incredible job with those two titles, creating these living, breathing multiplayer experiences where The Last of Us could absolutely do something similar to this, where the dark, gritty type of Last of Us Online that you can play with your friends, you can play by yourself, do PvP, whatever it might be, guys, having multiple different ways you can connect with the story. I look at this and it could be so big for Naughty Dog because The Last of Us Online could also really help them to kind of promote and market their future projects, whether that's The Last of Us Part 3, whether that is, future DLC, whatever it might be. It could be a really great way for them to have people come back over and over again to this franchise to continue playing and, not moving onwards to other games, kind of sticking with the Last of Us franchise. And I'm one of those people that definitely wants this to happen because I think it could really help grow the fan base over time. Obviously, with The Last of Us Part 2 and the success that was The Last of Us Part 2, we saw, without a doubt, guys, so much, popularity of this game. Now, a lot of people didn't like the title in one way, shape, or form. However, it did have the most pre-orders of all time for the PlayStation. And then on top of that, I mean, there's just a lot of different ways, guys, that when you look at the sales, when you look at obviously from a sales perspective to pre-orders and all of those things, this is a huge title for PlayStation. I think that if Naughty Dog took it seriously to create a multiplayer experience that can move on from one game to the next, that being The Last of Us Online, I think it could be something really special. Here's the thing is, with The Last of Us Part 1, factions got kind of discontinued. They just stopped doing it in Last of Us Part 1, and now with The Last of Us Part 2, I don't want to see them do that again, where they stop, servicing it because they're moving on to Last of Us Part 3. I would like them to start like The Last of Us Online, where they're consistently updating it over time, even for future entries. I think it just makes sense all the way around. I mean, and that's what's popular now as well. I mean, look at Call of Duty Warzone, and they're going to be updating and servicing that throughout each, entry in the Call of Duty franchise moving forward. You got Red Dead Online, GTA Online. They're going to be promoting their products throughout those two online experiences as well. It makes sense to me, guys, that The Last of Us should do something similar here. Maybe they'll have their own flavor, their own twist on it, which I think is a very good idea. But it's primed for a really good multiplayer experience that brings people back consistently after beating the multiplayer experience or the single player experience. So that's the thing, guys. I want to see the success of The Last of Us moving forward, the continued success of it, and I want to see a growing, thriving fan base at the same time that comes back to continue playing the game in one way, shape, or form. But let me know, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think The Last of Us Online, they could take kind of a chapter or a page out of the GTA or Red Dead Redemption Online book? Or do you think that they should just kind of make factions similar to like it was in the first game? Maybe just kind of change it up a little bit, add a few more modes. What do you guys think? Let's have a real conversation about it. And like I said, let me know in the comment section below.